Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Turning Points. It is 7:55, which means I have 5 minutes to do this video and get my butt on the highway, go to work. Yes, I have a full-time job, 9 to 5, while I am the CEO Development Specialist for Sharp Turns in the World Stage Development Project. Anyway, so let's get to it real quick. This one is dedicated to my grandma, Willetta Taggert friend, who shared 2 words with me that really had an impact on my life. And those 2 words were, Kim, just live. That's it. Just live. And I was telling somebody about that yesterday, and then last night I had a dream about my grandmother. And she was a different grandmom than I grew up with. She was, my grandmom was short, and busty. She was short, she was busty, and had the hips and thighs and all of that good stuff going on. And she was a grandmom, you know. I remember her as being a grandmom, like the real grandmoms that, fed you on Sundays and told you off when you needed it and stuff like that. She was a grandma. She was feisty. She was grandma, straight, no chaser. That was grandma. And I had this dream. In the dream, she had on this beautiful pink dress. My grandmom sang in the choir at church. And that was the only time I heard her sing. But in the dream, my grandma sang, y'all. I mean, she sang. And she sang jazz. This jazzy, sultry, beautiful, hitting those mini Ripperton highs and oh my God, it was amazing. And in the dream, I'm standing next to her. She's sitting on a bar stool in this beautiful pink dress. And she's a younger grandma. She's the grandma I saw in pictures, And her face is just shining. She has on no makeup, but her face is just shining. And she's singing this song in a way I've never heard my grandmother sing. And I am just like fascinated. And I knew some of the words, so I would sing with her at certain points. And then the parts that I didn't know, she encouraged me and she smiled, and it was like she was saying, you could do it, baby. And she just continued singing and smiling. And when she hit that high note, I was like, oh my God, this is my grandma. She's amazing. And when I woke up from the dream, I was a little sad. And I missed, for the first time, I missed my grandma. See, when I was a teenager, I would go to my grandmom's house, my grandparents, and I would sit up under my grandfather. My grandparents' house was a safe space for me. And that doesn't mean it was anything bad going on at home. It's just that I had a lot of sisters and brothers, and we all had friends, and the house was always full of people, so I felt crowded. So I would go to my grandfather's house, my grandparents' house, and I would sit up under my grandfather, sit up under his arm with my head on his chest, and just be. We didn't talk a lot, didn't have a lot of conversation. It was just being there and feeling loved and feeling accepted and feeling safe. And so I would go there, and most of the time I would spend with my grandfather, and my grandmother always cooked. Always, her baked chicken was the best. Fall off the bone good, you just want to smell it cooking. And then one day, I think I was in my 20s. I know I was in my 20s, and I was having an issue. I don't know what the issue was. Don't remember. But I remember talking about it, and my grandma laughed, and she smiled, a little laugh, and she smiled. And as she was walking around out of the room, she said, just live, baby. Just live. And that has helped me tremendously throughout my life. Number one, I woke up sad because I thought about how much of her wisdom did I miss? How much of her knowledge, her insight did I miss? Because I was so focused on my relationship with my grandfather. I loved my grandfather. I was like, that was my hero. I just had a different relationship with my grandfather than I had with my grandmother. My grandfather, Richard Lee Jennings, was just the be-all and end-all to me. And I loved my grandmother, but I wasn't as close nearly as close to my grandmother as I was to my grandfather. And today I wonder, how much I missed learning from her because of that. But I am grateful for those two words. It's so amazing how two words can have such a great impact on your life. So it's now 8 o'clock and I gotta go. But I want to say to you today, just live. My grandmother used to say, and you'll understand it better by and by, just live woke me up a lot of mornings when my son was killed. Just live helped me get through a couple of days here and there and everywhere. So just live and you'll figure it out. Just live. What basically just live means is don't give up. Just keep moving. Just keep living. Just live. Make it a great day.